there is something hidden in the grass. For several minutes, the tigress barely moves. Her eyes remain fixed on a patch of vegetation beside a shrinking wetland. Every sound is measured, every movement deliberate. To an untrained observer, she may appear to be resting, but predators do not survive by being careless. Somewhere within this sea of grass lies the reward of a successful hunt, and she intends to protect it. This is Collarwali, one of Tadoba's most recognizable tigresses. A hunter, a mother, and a dominant force in one of India's greatest tiger landscapes. Welcome to Tadoba, a land of ancient forests, shimmering waterholes, and untamed wilderness. Here the rhythm of life is dictated by the changing seasons, and every creature plays its part in nature's grand spectacle. It is a place where prey remains alert, predators remain patient, and one remarkable tigress continues her journey through the wild. Today, Collarwali stands beside a patch of tall grass, her attention fixed on something hidden from view. Concealed within the dense vegetation lies the carcass of an abandoned kill. Whether it was left behind by another predator or abandoned for some other reason is impossible to know. But for now, it belongs to her. Every few moments, she scans her surroundings, ears twitching at the slightest sound. She cannot afford to let her guard down. If the original owner returns to reclaim its meal, a confrontation could be inevitable. Among the many tigers that roam Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve, few are as well known as Collarwali. Named after the radio collar she once wore for monitoring and research, she has become one of the reserve's dominant resident tigresses. Her territory, centered around the productive forests and wetlands of the Moharli landscape, provides everything a tiger needs: water, cover, and an abundance of prey. Over the years, she has successfully raised multiple litters, earning a reputation as both a skilled hunter and a devoted mother. Like all female tigers, she leads a solitary life, relentlessly patrolling and defending her territory, while preparing her offspring for the challenges of independence. Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve is divided into several tourism zones, each accessed through its own entry gate. The core area alone has multiple safari gates, including Moharli, Kollara, Navagaon, Zari, Pangdi, and Kutwanda. Although visitors enter through different gates, they all lead into the same protected core forest. Each gate provides access to a different section of this vast wilderness, offering its own landscapes, water bodies, and wildlife encounters. While every route is unique, all of them are part of the same thriving ecosystem that makes Tadoba one of India's premier destinations for observing wild tigers. Somewhere else within this vast territory, her 3 subadult cubs continue to explore the forest on their own. They are no longer dependent youngsters, yet they have not fully stepped into adulthood. Each day brings new lessons, reading scents, understanding the landscape, and learning the skills they will need to survive alone. For now, however, they remain out of sight, leaving Collarwali as the lone guardian of the hidden prize concealed within the grass. As summer progresses, courtship begins across the forest. The Indian peafowl, India's national bird, is among the first to put on a spectacular display. A male fans out his magnificent train and vibrates thousands of iridescent feathers, hoping to attract the attention of a nearby female. But this dazzling performance comes at a cost. With his attention fixed on impressing a potential mate and his enormous display reducing his awareness of the surroundings, he becomes far more vulnerable to lurking predators. In the wild, even the grandest performance is never without risk. Moving silently through the forest is the Indian Gaur, the largest wild bovine on Earth. A fully grown bull can weigh more than a ton, making it one of the few animals capable of standing its ground against a tiger. Despite its immense size and strength, the gaur remains a gentle herbivore, spending much of its day grazing on grasses, leaves, and bamboo. But when threatened, this giant can become a formidable opponent, and even Tadoba's tigers choose their battles with great care. Perched high in the canopy, a langur keeps watch over the forest below. From this elevated vantage point, it can detect danger long before most animals on the ground. Suddenly, its sharp alarm calls break the silence, echoing through the trees. Deer pause, birds fall silent, and the entire forest becomes alert. Somewhere nearby, an unseen presence has disturbed the balance. In Tadoba, an alarm call is never ignored, because it often signals that a hunter is already on the move. The reason behind the alarm soon becomes clear. Hidden deep within the undergrowth, a young tigress lies concealed among the bushes. Remaining perfectly still, she waits, almost invisible against the forest floor. To the langurs high above, however, her camouflage offers little protection. From their elevated vantage point, they have already detected her presence, warning every animal within earshot that a predator is nearby. This subadult female is believed to be one of the daughters of Tadoba's dominant male tiger, Shambhu. Like many young tigers approaching adulthood, she now spends increasing amounts of time on her own, exploring the landscape that will one day determine her future. For now, she remains within familiar territory, but that will not last forever. As she slowly emerges from the bushes, the purpose of her visit becomes clear. The relentless heat of April has transformed water into one of the forest's most valuable resources. During the hottest months, nearly every animal, from the smallest bird to the largest predator, is drawn towards the remaining waterholes. For a tiger, water offers far more than just relief from thirst. She lowers her head and begins to drink. A fully grown tiger can consume several liters of water in a single visit, replacing precious fluids lost during long hours spent patrolling under the scorching sun. But her visit is far from over. Unlike many other cats, tigers have a remarkable relationship with water. They are strong swimmers and often seek out ponds, lakes, and marshes to escape the intense summer heat. Immersing themselves in cool water helps regulate body temperature, allowing them to remain active even when daytime temperatures climb well above 40 degrees Celsius. Satisfied after drinking, The young tigress gently steps into the water. For several minutes, she simply rests. The cool surface surrounds her body while only her head remains above the waterline. It is a moment of complete calm, offering a brief escape from the harsh conditions beyond the shoreline. Yet even during these peaceful moments, she never truly relaxes. Her ears continue to swivel, picking up the faintest sounds carried by the breeze. Her eyes constantly scan the surrounding vegetation. In the wild, awareness is a habit that can never be abandoned. For a young tiger, every day is another lesson. She is learning where water remains during the dry season, where prey is most likely to appear, and which paths offer the safest passage through the forest. These experiences will shape the rest of her life. Soon she rises from the water. Without hesitation, she disappears back into the forest from which she emerged, leaving barely a trace of her presence. Somewhere ahead lies a territory of her own, but before she can claim it, she must first master the countless lessons that Tadoba has yet to teach. While the tiger rules through strength and stealth, another predator survives by cooperation. These are Indian wild dogs, more commonly known as Dholes, one of Asia's most successful yet least understood carnivores. Living in tightly knit family groups, every member of the pack plays a role. There is no room for selfishness here. Hunting, raising pups, and defending the pack are shared responsibilities. Unlike tigers, which rely on a surprise attack, Dholes hunt by endurance. Their strategy is built on teamwork rather than brute force. Once a suitable prey is selected, the pack works together, taking turns to pursue it over long distances. Relentless and highly coordinated, they gradually wear their target down until escape is no longer possible. This remarkable cooperation allows them to hunt animals far larger than themselves, including deer and even young Gaur. Yet despite their effectiveness, encounters with larger predators can quickly alter the balance of power. A tiger will not hesitate to kill a dhole if the opportunity arises, particularly if the pack strays too close to a fresh kill or a tigress with cubs. But a united pack can also harass a tiger using numbers, constant movement, and persistent intimidation to persuade even the largest cat to retreat. Few predators command such respect from one another. Today, however, the pack appears relaxed. They move together through the forest, communicating with soft whistles and body language, strengthening the social bonds that are essential to their survival. In the forests of Tadoba, success does not always belong to the strongest. Sometimes it belongs to those who work together. Not every hunter in Tadoba relies on speed or strength. Clambering over a towering termite mound is the monitor lizard, one of India's largest lizards. With its powerful claws and keen sense of smell, it searches every crevice for insects, eggs, and other small prey hidden beneath the surface. Termite mounds like these are more than just towering structures of earth. They are thriving miniature ecosystems, supporting countless forms of life. For the monitor, they are an abundant source of food. Quiet and often overlooked, this ancient reptile plays an important role in maintaining the delicate balance of the forest. As the day grows warmer, another of Tadoba's iconic residents makes an appearance. Resting quietly beside the water, is Yuvraj, an impressive male tiger whose powerful build reflects years of surviving in one of India's most competitive tiger landscapes. For an adult male, every day is shaped by a single responsibility: holding on to territory. Unlike females whose territories are centered around raising cubs, a dominant male controls a much larger range that may overlap with the territories of several resident tigresses. Defending that land demands constant patrols, scent marking, and, on occasion, fierce confrontations with rival males seeking to take his place. But even a powerful predator must respect the relentless summer heat. During April, when temperatures frequently soar beyond 40 degrees Celsius, waterholes become vital refuges. Here, predators and prey alike seek relief from the unforgiving conditions. Tigers often spend the hottest hours of the day resting close to water, conserving energy until cooler temperatures return. For a moment, Yuvraj appears completely at ease, yet appearances can be deceptive. Beneath the calm exterior, every sense remains alert. The slightest sound, an unfamiliar scent carried by the wind, or the distant call of another animal is enough to command his attention. In the wild, vigilance never truly ends. Eventually, he rises to his feet. Without urgency, he steps into the water. Unlike most members of the cat family, tigers are remarkably comfortable in water. They are powerful swimmers, capable of crossing rivers and lakes with ease. The cool water offers welcome relief from the intense heat before he resumes his patrol. Slowly and confidently, Yuvraj crosses to the opposite bank. Every step reflects the confidence of an animal that sits at the top of the food chain. There is no hesitation, no wasted movement, only the quiet assurance of a predator perfectly adapted to its world. Within moments, the forest begins to reclaim him. His bold stripes, so striking in the open, dissolve into a maze of bamboo and teak. The tiger disappears as silently as he arrived, leaving behind little more than ripples on the water's surface. In Tadoba, even the largest predator can vanish into the wilderness in the blink of an eye. Not every moment in a tiger's life is defined by movement. In the shade of the forest, Collarwala rests in complete stillness, conserving energy during the hottest part of the day. For an apex predator, patience is as important as power. Every hunt, every patrol, and every challenge demands strength. And sometimes, survival simply means knowing when to remain perfectly still. Scattered across the forest, spotted deer or chital graze cautiously among the trees. They are the most abundant deer species in Tadoba and form an essential part of the forest's food chain. Yet life is a constant balancing act. Every mouthful of grass is taken with vigilance, every raised head a search for danger. In a landscape ruled by predators, staying alert is often the key to survival. Not every tiger encountered in Tadoba is a familiar face. This unidentified tigress was filmed in the Navagaon buffer zone, where forests outside the core reserve provide an important extension of tiger habitat. Buffer forests are more than just a protective boundary. They offer space for dispersing tigers, support healthy populations of prey, and help reduce competition within the core area. It is the height of summer, and the afternoon heat is relentless. With temperatures climbing well above 40 degrees Celsius, survival depends as much on conserving energy as it does on finding food. Rather than moving through the forest unnecessarily, the tigress has chosen the coolest place available, a shaded patch beside a water body. At first glance, she appears completely relaxed, but even while resting, a tiger remains aware of its surroundings. Her ears respond to distant sounds. Her nose constantly samples scents carried on the breeze, and every so often, she lifts her head to check the forest around her. Rest may dominate the afternoon, but vigilance never disappears. As the sun slowly shifts across the sky, so does the shade. Gradually, the cool shelter begins to give way to direct sunlight. Remaining in the open would mean absorbing more heat, forcing her body to work harder to stay cool. With no sign of urgency, she rises to her feet and takes only a few measured steps before settling once again beneath fresh cover. It is a simple movement, yet one perfectly adapted to life in a harsh summer climate. By following the shade rather than exposing herself to the sun, she conserves both energy and body moisture during the hottest hours of the day. For large predators, every calorie matters. Unlike grazing animals that feed throughout the day, a tiger may not make a successful hunt for several days. Wasting energy in extreme heat offers little advantage. Patience is often the better strategy. As the afternoon stretches on, the tigress resumes her quiet watch beside the water. She waits for cooler temperatures when the forest will once again become active and opportunities to hunt will begin to improve. Until then, the heat dictates the rhythm of life, reminding every creature in Tadoba that sometimes the greatest act of survival is simply knowing when to rest. As evening approaches, one of the forest's largest herbivores emerges from the cover of the trees. The Sambar deer is a favorite prey of the tiger and plays a vital role in sustaining Tadoba's predators. Unlike the smaller and more numerous Chital, a fully grown Sambar is powerful and highly alert, making it a challenging target even for an experienced hunter. Feeding quietly along the forest edge, the herd appears calm, but in the wild, appearances can be deceiving. every rustle of leaves, every unfamiliar scent, and every distant sound is carefully assessed. Generations of living alongside predators have sharpened their senses to an extraordinary degree. Suddenly, one individual freezes. Its ears point forward, its head rises, and its attention becomes fixed on something hidden within the forest. For a few tense moments, the evening silence is broken only by its alert stance. Somewhere beyond the trees, an unseen presence has captured its attention, and the forest is about to reveal why. The reason behind the Sambar's vigilance soon becomes apparent. Emerging quietly from the forest are two young tigers, subadult cubs of Collarwali. Although she is known to have 3 cubs, only 2 reveal themselves this evening. The third remains somewhere within the vast forests of Tadoba, beyond sight, but almost certainly not far away. The cubs are approaching one of the most important milestones in a tiger's life. No longer dependent youngsters, yet not fully independent adults, they now spend increasing amounts of time exploring the forest without their mother. These solitary excursions are an essential part of their education, preparing them for the day they must survive on their own. The evening hours offer the perfect opportunity. As the intense heat of the afternoon begins to fade, the forest slowly comes back to life. Prey animals become more active, birds resume their calls, and predators begin to move. Side by side, the 2 youngsters make their way through the woodland with quiet confidence. Their movements already resemble those of adult tigers, but experience cannot be inherited. Every scent carried on the breeze, every fresh footprint on the ground, and every distant alarm call adds another lesson to their growing understanding of the forest. For young tigers, curiosity is as important as caution. They investigate unfamiliar smells, pause to observe distant movements, and constantly gather information about the landscape around them. These experiences will one day determine whether they become successful hunters or struggle to survive. Although nearly full-grown, they still benefit from the territory their mother has defended for years. Collarwali's experience has given them access to productive hunting grounds, reliable water sources, and a landscape rich in prey. But this security is only temporary. Before long, each of these young tigers will leave their birthplace behind. Female cubs often establish territories close to their mother's range if suitable habitat is available, while young males usually disperse much farther, sometimes traveling dozens or even hundreds of kilometers in search of an unoccupied territory. The journey is filled with uncertainty. They must avoid dominant adults, compete with rivals, and learn to hunt consistently enough to survive. For now, however, those challenges still lie in the future. As daylight begins to fade, the 2 siblings continue their quiet patrol through the forest, unaware that these shared moments are becoming increasingly rare. With every passing season, the bond between mother and cub gradually gives way to independence. Soon, each will follow a different path, writing the next chapter of Tadoba's ever-changing tiger story.